Hello and welcome. In this lecture, we are going to examine and edit the box model parameters. To begin, open up your index.html file inside your project directory. And once you've launched it, just access the developer tools. So once you're in the developer tools, this is what is referred to as the box model. If you're not too familiar with CSS, basically all HTML elements are considered as boxes. So in CSS, the term box model is used when talking about the design and the layout of the HTML elements. So the CSS box model is essentially a box that wraps around every HTML element. So it consists of the margins, which is what you can see here, the borders, the padding, the actual content. So as you can see here, this is what the box model looks like. Consists of margin, padding, margin, border, the padding, and then the actual content. The margin refers to the space outside the element, while the border obviously is a border around it. Padding refers to the space inside the element. So the content in the box is where the text and the images appear. This area here is called the content. So it's where any text or images will appear. So as I click inside the box model, you can see its representation on the shaded area on the screen above. The padding clears an area around the content. Okay, the padding. Padding is basically used to clear an area around the content. The padding itself is transparent. While the border basically is a border that goes around the padding and the content. Okay, so this is a border here. It goes around the padding. It covers the padding and the content, this border here. The margin basically clears an area outside the border. Okay, the margin itself is transparent. So think of a margin as the space outside, padding as the space inside. So within the DevTools, you can examine and also edit the content of the current elements box model parameters. You can do that using the computed plane. This option, you click on the computed pane. You can use that to, if I scroll down, you can see all the values. What I'll do, I'm just going to resize this window, move that up a bit so you can see more of the box model. So within the computed pane or group here, you can see all the values of the box model, and they are actually editable. So I can just come here and click on the background color. I can come here and just make changes just by clicking on the color here. So you can either, if you know what color you like, you can make the changes. For example, let me just change this to something else. I don't know what that is. I'll just change it to 6 or 7, 8, and maybe take that off. You can see the color has changed. All right, so you can make changes on the fly within the box model itself. So if you want to revert the changes, just do Ctrl Z on the Windows and Command and Z or Z on your keyboard, and that will revert the changes if you've made it. So if you wanted to change any of these values, for example, if you wanted to change the margin from the top, if you want to change it from 8 pixels, just click on it and make the change. If you want to change, say, the margin from the right, again, you can click on it and make changes. So you can, these are all editable. Just click inside and make whatever changes you want, and that will be reflected. So the box model can be a quick way of making changes to your current rendered page or aspects of the page. So that's it for this lecture on editing the box model. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.